Hello fellow traders, I wanted to come at you today. I know I've been quiet for a while, been busy like I said, spending my time elsewhere, still watching the market. We're at like a point, that's why I'm here today. I like to come on when there's crucial points that we're battling. We have an interesting one right now which I'm going to go over. I also switched. A lot of you FAS haters will be, probably happy. I didn't switch completely, but I did dump all my FAS. 1350, loaded it into TZA at 695. That's my new play. Just in case they keep, trying to support the banks to make things seem like they're okay while the market does its pullback, which I'm expecting. I mean, this rally we've had off of March 9th, 2009, if this does not hold right here, then there is definitely no reasoning, and I'm going to go over why. I'm going to show you the NASDAQ chart today. We're right there. Okay, I did sell my Eagle. I had a lot of Eagle. I've been picking up under 5. My average was around 480. I dumped out of that in the middle 5s. I'm still holding my game and got my little position in Blockbuster. Was just going for a little gamble there. A few $100s, no big deal. Probably won't even mention that one again. But I am loaded in on TZA right now. I'm liking that pullback with the market. The Russell 2000's made a real nice run, and they can't support everything there, but they can support our financial system like we've seen. And hopefully the move works out for me. Like I say, time will tell. Check this out. This is what I'm liking here on the NASDAQ, March 08, July 08, before our first plunge to the November lows on the NASDAQ. We fell from 2,500 straight down to, 1,300 right here. This is the support we were finding that it broke, and if you, follow this trend line across, that's what we're battling here, okay? We're right there from last Thursday, Friday, through today. That's what we're battling. This major resistance right here. Okay, that's kind of why I did my flop too. I'm more playing for the pullback. I'm not putting it all in on the financials. I feel better about the move. I need to stay with this short position, especially with the market making this full run all the way up. Okay, I call that all the way up because this was like our first support right here before we made our crash, and we've made it back. This line right here is our channel. The same thing on the Dow and the S&P. We've been kind of in a channel, and we all broke through it here. Our first major break of this rally here. Okay, well, we're right up to that too, which, those of you who've been following me, I call that a double nut, and it's a strong double nut. Okay, boom, and we're back up to the lower trend line of our channel through this whole rally we were in. So that's why I'm making this video today. Just want to let you know what I'm thinking. We are right here. That's why I got out of my Eagle. I wanted to reserve some of that cash. And I'm all TZA, completely out of FAS. I really hope it plays for me. Watch now the big bag, now the big cat will come out of the bag and, really hamper these financials. But I'll still be a good play if the whole market pulls back. Interesting point right here. This is huge right here. I mean, this is where you have to ask yourself, Are we gone above this into this territory again? I just, you know, it can't be. It can't happen, but anything can happen in these days. Oh yeah. You know what else I wanted to show you right here? This is the Dow right here, okay? We need to stay below this top that we made last Thursday on this big upper wick candlestick right here. Today looked a little promising because once we break below this little base right here, like this support, it should open the door to bring us down to this 50-day at 10.4. You know, that's the first thing like we're looking at. But this was nice here. This was bearish. We're staying below that intraday top. I'm looking to fall below this base. All the charts relatively read the same, S&P, Dow, and NASDAQ. I just wanted to bring up the NASDAQ because that one's right there, you know, battling that resistance. Those of you down here, you know, on Main Street, you know, working in the trenches and running your businesses, you know things aren't better yet. And, you know, around me, I'm seeing a lot more problems with refi-in. People are coming out now. They've been paying double payments for 8 months on a promise from their lender they were going to adjust their mortgages, and now they're all being left out, you know, to dry. They're not following through, which, you know, you can't expect them to follow through with this little tiny peedy homeowner loan, you know, when they don't even, you know, follow through on the big dog stuff. But it's definitely coming up a little more now. Yes, I do still feel a lot of uneasiness, you know, just like when S&P was at 700, remember the headlines, you know, buy and hold's gone, no more buy and hold. Now that we're up here, it's buy and hold. You know, buy and hold's the winning game. You know, remember what I said about, you know, a lot of people through the last year on this crash ditched their, you know, financial advisors, and they're all just like when I got into the market in '99, just making money hand over fist, you know, easy. You know, I really think there's a big scheme going on right now that, just like they tell you buy and hold don't work, you know, down at the bottom here at the top they're saying hold, buy and hold works. See what I'm saying? Down at the bottom, buy and hold don't work, so sell, because we're going lower. Up here, buy and hold works, so hold, because we're going higher. Remember how they work, you know. Their job is to take your money. They've taken a lot of mine over the past year, and not ashamed to admit that, but they're definitely setting up to take these, you know, perma bull longs, people thinking that they can do it themselves, I'll tell you. And because nothing is easy in this market. So watch for that little base on the Dow to be taken out, and watch for that lower trend line on that channel on the NASDAQ to hold. You know, and obviously the big double nut, you know, that's huge. I mean, if we go above those two bottoms I showed you coming from March of '08, you know, I'll definitely be squeezed. Good luck.